Welcome to the Weekend Sneaks. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this week there was a ton of stuff from Nike, from Jordan, from Adidas, and from Under Armour, so let's get things started right away. Start things off with Nike Basketball and Nike ID. The LeBron 11 ID options actually leaked earlier this week when the site went live before it was supposed to, but Nike did take it down, and though I am sure you have seen plenty renderings of the shoe, here is the official word. There will be 17 color options. There will also be an option of speckle paint. Additionally, you will be able to choose 7 color chroma shift material choices, a glow-in-the-dark option, 3 outsole options, and one of which will benefit those of you that like to play outdoors. From what I understand, the LeBron 11 ID is going to cost $215 in the standard configuration, but if you want to add chroma, then it's going to be an additional $20. And you can look for all of this to become available on the Nike ID site starting on October 7th. Chris Paul and Jordan Brand made a big announcement this week, which I am pretty excited about because I liked playing in the CP3-6, so now we will get a chance to play in the CP3-7. The shoe still features the same low-cut design, though the shape and feel of the upper has changed just a bit. Designed by Justin Taylor, the shoe has added dynamic flywire in the upper to keep you locked down and switches out the Podulon for Podulite. The Podulite is said to be a bit more responsive than the prior, which should help Chris Paul when he is on the court. Another interesting design piece is the synthetic heel stirrup that wraps around the back of the heel and integrates with the laces to help snug the shoe to the foot. It'll be interesting to see how this actually performs in real life. Other good news is that the CP3-7 will actually be hitting Nike ID for the first time, and that's going to happen on October 21st. If you're not interested in the Nike ID options, well, the CP3-7 will be available on October 5th for $125. Last weekend, I had the opportunity to spend a few days in Chicago, and it was all for the launch of the D Rose 4. At the event, I had the chance to actually talk to Rose, who seemed really confident about the upcoming season and his new shoe. Adidas Basketball kept a lot of the design cues from the Rose 3 and instead focused on the performance aspects of the shoe. The GeoFit ankle collar is designed to better adapt to the ankle brace that Rose wears, and they also updated the sprint frame. The first colorway is the black one that we saw here at the launch, but Adidas also dropped images of the Brenda or red colorway this week as well. The D Rose 4 will officially debut on October 10th, and you will be happy to know that they dropped the price $10 to $140. Back on the Jordan Brand side of things, the holiday preview for 2013 happened this week, and there was a lot of stuff that they showed off. One of the things that I did like about this preview is that they showed kind of capsules instead of just actual shoes like they did here with the Laney 5. They also tied a lot of pieces into the Bel Air theme, which has definitely turned a few heads here and there. Two of the things that I am most excited about, though, is the Air Jordan 28 SC and the Mellow 10. Both will feature the Flight N decoupled outsole found on the regular 28, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing to play in. Unfortunately, there is not a release date for either of these, but they are both expected to be priced right in the $150 range. And finally, let's touch on a few of the random things that I noticed that popped up this week. The Air Max 90 sneaker boot is starting to look better and better. Here we see the model in a few different color options that look very nice, including one that stays true to the infrared theme. These are definitely starting to grow on me. Adidas Originals had some news as well when they hooked up Derrick Rose with the Superstar 80s to celebrate his 25th birthday. The model actually has his face on the tongue, and they have 1988, which runs down the heel tab, which is pretty cool. And on the custom side, there were a ton of customs this week, but I want to point out one in particular, and that is the Air Jordan 1 JBF customs made for Clark. It has the New York thing, definitely a very dope shoe, and it is definitely my favorite for this week. Last week, for the question of the video, I wanted to know if you could have your own signature shoe, what would it be called and what would you use it for? Well, here are a few of your responses. First up, we have Peter Renaga. He wants to create a Nike SB Dunk Low Survivors, which I think is a really dope name for a skate shoe. Next up, we have Alexander Bowman. He said his shoe would be called the Nike Bowman or the Nike AB24, and it would be a basketball shoe, low cut and light, lunar cushioning with unlocked zoom in the forefoot. Like that he knows all the details on the technology. And next up, we have Lextown Baseballer 11, who says, I wouldn't necessarily want a signature shoe, but I would like to see Nike make some baseball cleats with Flyknit, which is a pretty good thing. And for this week's question of the video, with athletes like Steph Curry leaving Nike to go to Under Armour and Dwyane Wade leaving Jordan Brand to go to Li Ning, does that give you more confidence in those brands, and will you now buy shoes from those brands? Let me know your answer down in the comments, and of course I will read back a few of your responses next week.
It's a heat check, mother lover.
And for the heat check today, I'm actually rocking the D-Rose 4. You probably guessed that with the shirt that I have on. Looks good. It looks good in hand. I really like the way that it feels. It's a sturdy shoe. I like the outsole here, how they flip the outsole a little bit, and then they have the Crazy Quick on the medial side, so you don't really see it broken up like that. Something I definitely like. They have the Crazy Quick here. I wasn't a big fan of the Crazy Quick, just the regular shoe. It didn't have enough cushioning for me, for what I personally liked. So I'm definitely interested in playing in these, so I'm definitely going to give these a run over the weekend. But yeah, this is the D-Rose 4. These drop on October 10th for $140, and it is my heat check. Bang, bang. And before you guys get out of here, make sure you check out the D-Rose 4. I did a hands-on video with the shoe, so make sure you check that out to get a closer look at the shoe, highlight some of the details on the shoe. And if you haven't seen the LeBron 11 video, that one's up over there as well, so you can also check that out. And after all of that, why don't you like, favorite, and subscribe? That way you know whenever something awesome is happening here on this channel. I'm almost at 9,000. I'm hoping to reach 10,000 by the end of October, which would be really awesome. So you guys definitely help me out when you subscribe. Also, make sure you read the links down in the description, give you the full stories of everything that I talked about today. Well, I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is The Week in Sneaks, and I will see you soon. Peace.